welcome back to my crash course for first-time home buyers. This is part 3 of this series, and in this video, we're going to be talking about how do you actually put a home under contract to purchase it. So in my previous video, I talked about the different costs that are involved with buying a home. So if you didn't watch that video, definitely go back and watch part 2 before watching part 3 of this series. Okay, so let's talk about the steps that are involved with putting a home under contract. So of course you're going to have a consultation with a realtor. Of course you're then going to select your realtor, but then you're going to get pre-approved for a home loan with a lender. Now, you may already know someone who is a lender, and that's fine if you go ahead and get pre-approved with them, but if not, your realtor will have a preferred lender that they work with, who they can refer you to, who they trust to work with their clients. So you're going to go ahead and get pre-approved for a home loan. Now, I never take my clients out to shop for properties if they have not been pre-approved, and I do that for 2 reasons. The first reason being I want my clients to avoid disappointment. Without a pre-approval, there is absolutely no way of you knowing how much of a house you can actually afford. There's no way of you knowing what price point you should be shopping in. So if I take you out and you fall in love with the home and then we get pre-approved and you find out you're not approved in that price point, now you're disappointed. So I like to do everything in order. So the first step will be for you to get pre-approved, and then we start to search for properties. So the second reason is I don't want us to waste time. When it comes to real estate transactions, time is of the essence. Okay, so I want you to avoid disappointment and I want us to avoid wasting time. So you have to get pre-approved first. So once you're pre-approved, we know what price point you're approved for. Now, here's the thing. When a lender pre-approves you for a home loan, they pre-approve you based on your gross income, how much you make before taxes. But it is up to you as the buyer, and I share this with all of my clients, it is up to you as the buyer to really sit down and determine how much of a home you can actually afford. So once you figure out what your ideal monthly payment is, communicate that to your lender and also communicate that to me, your realtor, and then you'll really know what price point you should be shopping in. So once we have that figured out, we're then going to start narrowing down your search. And we'll do that depending on a few different things. The tax rate, because that affects your monthly payment, commute time from where you're going to be working, and then school districts, if that's something that's important to you, if you have children that are still in school. All of these things are going to help you narrow down your search. So once we've narrowed down your search, we're then going to start shopping for properties. Now, the process is the same whether you're looking for a resale property or whether you're looking for new construction. So once you find a property that you love and you're ready to put it under contract, if it's resale, we're going to submit an offer on the property. Now, before I submit an offer for you for a resale property, I'm going to run comps on the property. That means I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure the owner of the home didn't just throw a number out there and say, hey, I just want to sell my house for this much. I'm going to actually look at what recently sold in that neighborhood that's comparable to that home to make sure their house is properly priced. So if everything comes back well with the comps, then I'll go ahead and submit the offer for you on the property. Now, once they accept your offer on a home, there are 2 costs that you should be prepared for. The first thing being your earnest money deposit. Now, in my previous video, I talked about the cost involved, and I talked about what earnest money is. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch part 2 and then come back to part 3. So you're going to pay your earnest money deposit, and then you're also going to pay your option fee. Now, with resale, once you sign a contract on a home, you enter into what we call the option period. Typically in my contracts, my option period for my clients is 7 days. That's more than enough time for you to do your due diligence. So have an inspection done on this property. That way you know the condition of the home and you can decide within that option period, okay, do I want to move forward and purchase this home, or do I want to back out and get my earnest money back? That is what the option period is for you to do your due diligence. So typically I put 7 days for an option period in my contracts. And the option fee is a fee that goes to the seller for the option period that you get. And it's non-refundable. And typically, the option fee could be $20 per day, $25 per day. It just depends. Okay. So once they accept your offer, you are now under contract. Now, on the flip side, with new construction, what are the steps to putting a home under contract? Well, you still will get your pre-approval, meet with the builder. If you're looking for an inventory home because you don't want to build from the ground up and you're looking for a quicker process, once you find an inventory home that you like, we may have to go through negotiations with the builder depending on what you as the buyer want out of the deal. If you want the builder to contribute to your closing costs, if you want the builder to give you an incentive so that you could buy down your rate, so that you could have a lower monthly payment. If you want the builder to maybe include some extra appliances, whatever it is that you want out of the deal, I'm gonna have to go and negotiate with the builder. But once we come to an agreement with the builder and we agree on some terms, then it's time to sign a contract on that inventory home. Now, at the time that you execute your contract with the builder, you're also going to pay your earnest money deposit. And I talked about what earnest money looks like when we're doing new construction. Okay, now if you were building a home from the ground up, the process is a little bit different. So of course you still get your pre-approval first. And then we go meet with the builder. Once you find the builder that you like, who has floor plans that fit your needs and they're in the right price point for you, you're going to select your floor plan. You're going to select the lot you want to build your home on. You're going to select your elevation. When I say elevation, I'm talking about the exterior front design of the home. So you see how like you could be driving through a community and one home on the street looks traditional, one home looks more modern, one home looks more like a Mediterranean style. That is called the elevation. It's the exterior design of the property. So all builders for each floor plan, they offer a variety of different elevations for you to choose from depending on what style you want and how you want your home to look. And a lot of builders also charge you depending on what elevation you want. So you're going to pick your floor plan, you're going to select the lot you want to build on, you're going to select your elevation, and then after that, what else? Some builders, they have a mini design studio in the model home where you can go ahead and select your brick and trim and things like that. So you could do that too, depending on the builder. But those are the steps. Get your pre-approval, select your floor plan, select your lot, select your elevation, and then execute a contract with the builder and give them your earnest money deposit. Those are the steps that lead up to you putting a home under contract so that you can purchase it. So I hope this video was extremely helpful. Stay tuned for part 4 of this series, a crash course for first-time home buyers. Go ahead and subscribe so that you can continue to learn and I can continue to share everything with you that you need to know about purchasing your first home here in Houston. And I'll see you guys in the next video.